Hi everyone, my name is Mark Kramer and I'm a member of the customer success team here at Link. With a major release coming up on the 18th of September 2017, we thought we'd put together a quick video just to go over some of the major changes that are coming up and to give you a visual description of what those changes are. First of all, we'll start off with some minor changes that a lot of you will find very useful. One is around the ability to undo layouts, and the other one is around the ability to see what is behind a very long properties field. So as you can see, I've opened up a sketch here that's got numerous link sets all over the screen, and we've got things such as the payslip and the timesheet over here. If we get it to automatically lay out, you'll see that they move into a very specific layout, which might not be really what suits you. So with the ability to undo, it actually takes us back to our original layout. The second is the ability for us to have quite long properties fields and for the ability to hover over those and to show all of the text behind those. Just to show you this, I will click on the timesheet on the left hand side, and what I'll do is I'll make the timesheet description quite a bit longer. And when we click off that, you can see that even though the description is not all there, when we hover over it, all of the text is shown. What this also comes in handy for is the ability to create custom properties that have quite long descriptions. And as you can see down here, it's created the notes field. What I'll then do is I will paste quite a large amount of text into it and click off it. When we hover over that field, you can see quite obviously that all of the text included now shows up in the hover. The next step will be the major release, and for that I'll open up another sketch. So what we've done here is we've opened up a fairly significant sketch. It has lots of information around people and costings. And this is to show off our new Insights functionality. As you can see over on the right hand side of the screen, there is now this bar that goes right down the side of the screen with the Insights label. What is this Insights tab? Well, it can be used for a number of things. The first thing that it can be used for is a visual and real-time what-if functionality. What if we don't do this specific group of tasks? And it allows us to see the savings both in dollar value, but also in hours saved as we remove those from the sketch. It also allows us to really zoom in on any missing data that is not included in the information that we've put into the sketch. So there are a number of ways to get into the Insights cards. The first is to drag the little bar here. And if we click and drag, you can see that it can open up and be as large as we like it to be. Now you'll also notice that there's a warning up here, and it says this insight models the time and money savings made when you stop producing selected information outputs. That's very much related to the what-ifs that we were talking about before. It says to use this card, please select at least one output in the information output filter. So now we're going to start to filter out the tasks that we don't want, or that we might be able to say don't hold enough value for us to continue. And we do that by using the filter button just here. Now there's a number of different ways to select which information we're filtering on. We can filter individual information outputs by just ticking on individual line items, or if we look at the value, we can filter them en masse by using this slider at the top. As we move this across, you can see the outputs here automatically becoming selected. What it also does as we slide up and down the scale is that all of those tasks that are no longer being undertaken are grayed out. As I slide the slider down, you can see that those that have a value of 3 have now come back. Move it up to 4, they disappear again. So that's a really good visual representation of groups of work that are no longer being undertaken. So in this example, we're actually going to say that we want to filter out everything of a value less than 4. You can see here that it is automatically selected all of the ones they hold little or no value to the organization. Now, to double check these, we can go straight to that event by clicking on the Jump to Node button. Up the top here, you can also see a very quick representation of the potential costs saved and the potential hours saved. So now if we shut the output filter, we then go into our dashboard and our cards. You can really quickly see, and let's go to full screen to make it a little bit more obvious. You can really quickly see that we have deselected the tasks and the outputs that we no longer want to carry out, and we can see that we have 7 people involved. They're touching 5 systems. We've removed 18 information assets. We now no longer have 13 outcomes that aren't supported. They relate to 2 external organizations. Again, you can see that we have almost $6,000 worth of potential savings and 157 hours where we can reallocate those people resources to. Down here, we can go to three different cards, and we can see in descending order the top 5 potential costs saved and the top 5 hours saved by person type. So what we'll do is we'll move that back to half the screen, and we notice that there's a number of asterisks here, and the asterisks show us that we have some information missing to give us a full and complete view of this. So what we'll have a quick look is we'll see whereabouts the information is missing from these. And if we go down to the bottom of here, we see a little table, and again it's got a little orange triangle, and the hover shows us that some nodes are missing data. If we click on that, it brings up the table and it shows us whereabouts we are missing the data in our action nodes, where we're missing it in our people nodes. Again, we can actually click on the Jump to Node button, and we can go and edit those to possibly get rid of this missing data. So in this case, we'll actually have a look at the automated feed NMD into Matt Data Mart. Here we're missing a cost. If we click on the Jump to Node, it takes us straight there and highlights it. So if we put in a cost, all of a sudden that whole action is now missing, or is now being removed from our missing data list. That was just a really brief run through of the Insights tab. I'm sure you'll find lots of interesting ways to use it. And if you've got any problems at all or need help, please don't hesitate to reach out to the customer success team.